Alright guys, we're at Sam Sizdek's layout, and this is really an awesome layout. This is mostly scratch build, and it's in the 50s and 60s time period. Sam, why don't you explain a little bit about your HO layout?
It's basically just a giant loop, because I like to let trains just run. I'm not too much into the industrial end of it where you have a lot of switching. I just like to see the trains, and I like the scenery basically.
Are you going to take us for a little tour around this layout and give us some ideas of what's going on and some of the people that you've helped out?
Sure. I've done some work for some of the manufacturers. Blair Line, I've done some things for him, and I've done some things for Randy Peprock at Downtown Deco, and they've always been real nice through the years. And I've done some Bar Mills kits and done a lot of Walther's kits, just pretty much you name it. I've kind of dabbled in it a little bit. I prefer the wood and plaster kits versus plastic because it's so much better medium to work with. You can get a little better results.
And what I've seen so far in your layout, that you do a fantastic job. So hang out a couple minutes, guys. I'm going to pull the camera off the tripod and we're going to take a walk around Sam's layout. Stay tuned and we'll be right back. Okay, Sam, would you like to explain what you have in your hand?
Now, this is the prototype for the Sam's Roadhouse kit that's been put out by Blair Line. Dale Rush is a good friend, and I did this diorama and had it in a display case. He came over and saw it and decided he wanted to put it in a kit. So this was my version. And this is the one that you can buy.
Now, can you explain the difference between the two?
Well, I sent him the dimensions, and mine was built basically out of cardstock. But his is laser cut wood. He does a fantastic job of, on the wood. You get the knot holes, and he sends the windows, peel and stick, and the trim. And it's a little bit smaller than mine, but it has a good representation of what I wanted to do. He put this, took this and photoshopped it, put some trees behind it, and this is the picture of this is the kit that's on the box package.
Alright, that looks really good. I'm really liking that. Alright, we'll take a walk around Sam's layout now and we'll see what he's got going on. I guess we'll start here in this corner with the city scene. Sam, are these all scratch built stuff?
Virtually all of it's Spectrum. Some of it is the townhouses are Magnuson, and some of it's Downtown Deco. But that's pretty much the Spectrum kits. I really like those when they came out, and you can kit bash them. There's one, the green one is two of the Gilmore Hotel that I took the top floor off one and the bottom off another and made it into a taller building. So you can really kit bash and have a lot of fun with those.
It really looks amazing. Alright, we're going to take a little walk around the layout now and we'll see what's going on.
This is the latest thing I've been working on. I ripped out about 15 feet of layout, and because a friend of mine said he wanted to do a wharf dock area, and I thought, well, that would be pretty neat to do, so this is what I came up with. Scratch built the Ballard Fish and Oyster buildings. The Far East Trading building is a Magnuson kit that I had, and just some other assorted kits that I'd already made up, so it went back together pretty quick.
We'll just take a little walk around here and we'll see what's going on here. We even got a little Asian food place right there.
Yeah, that's a Downtown Deco kit, and I thought I'd make it kind of a Far East flavor over here. I wanted the little palm trees and something to get away from just basic what you see, you know, everywhere they just regular oak trees and things like that. I wanted something a little different.
Fantastic.
And we couldn't get up there. They canceled the show. Not so bad. So.
Yeah, and I thought I was real smarty pants. Me and wife went out one day for a cruise, and we got off over into the Missouri line, there, Oklahoma, Missouri. Met this neat little old town called Seneca. And she was in Boston all day long. She said, "Well, you find a nice place that would be cool to stop and we'll get out and go into stretch of leg, get something trained, use a bathroom, and maybe you'll find something training related. About the time I
Made
left
it three-dimensional and added the loading dock, and I still have to do a lot of detailing around it. So virtually everything on the layout will pick up and can be moved around, except for the
I hope
track.
I'm not going to bore you with all these scratch builds, but this man has absolutely great, fantastic talent. This is a scratch build of his.
Yes, it's called the Grange Hall. I just came up with the idea, and I just decided to kind of see if I could come up with a fairly large building that I could put on the layout, and I still have to find a place for it, but it's
Go
ready
ahead
to
and
go.
explain this for me, Sam.
This is basically a bunch of downtown deco kits. I really like his kits, and I decided to just kind of see if I could make a little city scene and can make it look a little bit busy, and I think I accomplished that. The diner is from an old I think roundhouse kit that I kind of kit bashed them and made a little
Guys,
fast food place.
the detail on this is just simply amazing, guys. I mean, look, telephone wires, I mean, crisscrossing each other, and look down the street. I mean, if I hold the camera right here, this looks pretty real. And again, if I turn it around here, this looks pretty real.
All the light poles and everything are custom built. I use a lot of, I use the Rick's poles, but I use a lot of the Walthers cross arms and make my own from what I remember as a kid.
Now, like Sam said at the beginning of this video, he doesn't do much industrial stuff. He's basically scenery and running a train. So let's get into some of his scenery. Nice mountain work, great color, and his mother-in-law helped him build this trestle. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, I had my first back surgery back in 1989, and as I was recuperating, I lived in Texas at the time, and my mother-in-law came to see if I needed any help one day, and I said, well, I'm working on this trestle, so she helped me build all the forms and pour the hydrocal and everything. This is 2 Helgen plastic kits that I made the trestle. This was made about 30 years ago, so but it's the only part of the layout that was original from Texas.
So you were originally in Texas when you started this layout, or started these kits?
Yeah, I originally run the Houston area.
And let's walk down a little further. Guys, look at the detail on this automobile bridge. Simply fantastic. Street signs and all. Okay, we'll walk down a little further, and you can explain as we walk down there.
I've gotten into doing water scenes lately. I don't know if what the deal is, but I wanted to do a little kind of a lake scene, and so I had this kit made by Bar Mills, and I kind of wanted to work it in, and my wife helps me out a lot. She does virtually all the rock painting. She's got a technique that we learned from a master modeler down in Houston, and she really enjoys getting out here painting the rocks, and I enjoy letting her.
Let's work for you, right?
It works for me.
Detail and weathering on this layout is fantastic, guys. What is this building right here?
This is a scratch build, just a warehouse. I had a friend in North Little Rock that wanted me to build some warehouses for him, and I used northeastern scribe siding and came up with that design, and I built 2 or 3 for him, and I thought, well, I'll just build one for me, and that's what I ended up with.
Now I want to show you guys something before we go any further. All of this stuff down here is all stuff that he has scratch built, but just does not have room on his layout. But when he feels like changing the building out, he'll take one off the layout and take one of these and put it back on the layout. Fantastic, just simply fantastic.
Now this one has got...
Guys, look at the detail. Look at this detail in here. Unbelievable. Oh, by the way, we're in
Pleasant View.
Pleasant View, Arkansas. Anyhow, we'll move back up to the top of the layout. And we'll just walk around now and we'll just take a look at some of the stuff that's on here. Do you think you can get a train running for us?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let me get past you here.
Go ahead and explain.
This one here, or
Yeah.
this was a kit I bought at a show in Pine Bluff, Arkansas several years ago. I've never seen this. I can't remember who made the kit, but it was part hydrocal, part wood. And I saw that a guy was getting out of HO scale. He was going to something else, and he wanted to get rid of it. So I picked it up, and that's what I came up with.
So, Sam, let me ask you, how long have you been working on this layout?
Well, that's kind of, I've been here about 16 years, but the layout actually started back in, 30 years ago, because my wife bought me a little train set one time, and it started out
That's how we all start out.
on a piece of plywood, and then it kind of went from there. She helps me out in my hobby. She's very supportive. She does a lot of things for me out here, the painting and some of the detailing. She likes to get it in, she says it's the dollhouse she never had.
All right, we're going to take a break, and Sam's going to get a train running for us, and we'll follow the train around the entire layout. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, Sam's going to take a pair of RS11s around the entire layout, and we'll go through some of the scenery and some of the dioramas he's got on here. Incredible, incredible detail on this layout, fellas. What do you got planned for this empty spot over here, Sam?
I'm sorry?
What do you got planned for this spot over here?
That I never know until I get in there and find something that fits and looks right, because I'll try 2 or 3 different things, and if nothing actually looks right, I won't do it. But that is to be determined. After David gets through with me. Come over.
I love it.
Yeah, I've gotten into that lately. Weathering solutions, all those details and things.
What's going on, Sam?
I think I'm gonna be back on camera, and I've got to be on call.
Oh, yeah. Just let your hair down.
Does it make up?
Check up.
I brought my makeup. I can fit you guys in.
I built this because if you ever got mad at me, kicked me out of the house. Spend the night out here.
I can sit right here.
Those are came off eBay. I thought they were like 16 foot. They came so easy. Well, they didn't work well either. I think they were after speed and sprayed on there and they let them off out. And they do better when they're going around a curve like this.
Very smooth running layout also, guys. Not only looks good, but it runs good.